What are some of the things that people can do immediately to improve their day-to-day life when they're working with cutaneous lymphoma or recovering from other forms of cancer, or really working with any chronic illness, is to really have an anti-inflammatory approach. And that is some of the emotional and spiritual issues we've been talking about, certainly nutritional issues. And when we get down to nuts and bolts, I like to talk about vitamin D, omega-3 fatty acids, and also why those agents are anti-inflammatory, why those agents help us to heal our GI tract. And there's some really exciting advances, like we can get an intracellular vitamin D level, which we didn't used to be able to get. We only got a blood level. So there's some really exciting advances, and people really want to know about those clear nuts and bolts and what they can do for and understanding their own level.
And I think one of the things, and this is getting back to the spiritual and philosophical things, I actually had cancer myself at 13, and it really implanted this idea that I didn't have control over my health. And I think it's really important, whether you're living with a chronic disease or recovering from an illness, that there is control in the day-to-day and the quality of life. And I think keeping up your immunity and knowing that you can really control your moods and energy through the foods that you eat and slowing down. I think the body heals when you slow down and it's rest, in the rest and relaxation mode. These are all things that are quite simple, which doesn't mean easy. But I think that's some of the stuff to get started, yeah.
And I mean, I can speak for myself. It is very challenging to slow down. It also sounds like a lot of the principles we're talking about, you have lived and you have really had to come to understand firsthand from your own experience. So you're coming from a completely different place, as a practitioner, which is really profound. I trained in mindfulness for my own health and also for my own patients. And mindfulness is a great intervention with tons of medical literature, which has to do with what happens in the body and the brain when we do slow down and stop automatically reacting as much in this very moment-to-moment, automatic, subconscious way, which can relate to food choice, and it can relate to self-esteem. It relates to everything, really. And it's a profound physical change when we can start to help our central nervous system to actually slow down.
Yeah.
It's profound, and it's a learned process. It's just about practicing it.